Fiscal review. We have a lengthy agenda today, and it's divided into several subsections, but two main parts. If you're here for community colleges in particular, you'll be in the part B, the second part. So we're not going to get there for a while. So if anybody's here, you're welcome to stay, of course, but you don't need to. It'll be a while. We will go through part A, which deals with child care and early education, deals with K-12 issues, deals with some commission on teacher credentialing issues. We have both vote-only items, those that have already been discussed or are very technical in nature and non-controversial. And we also have items that will be discussed and then voted upon, again, in early education, K-12, and CTC, Commission on Teacher Credentialing. That will be the first half of our agenda. So for those folks, this is the time to be here. Before each vote, there will be an opportunity to give public comment if you wish to. Now, we'll be voting on some items in packages, especially the non-controversial vote-only items, some items one at a time. But we will make sure that everybody has a chance to give public comment before we move to a vote on an issue. Our first vote-only item deals with child care and early learning, and just want to give a little preface to going into this item. We thank the administration, Department of Finance, for the work they've done, and the governor's office in crafting an early learning proposal. Early learning and child care has long been a priority of the legislature, and in recognition of our state's hardworking families, the Women's Caucus in particular has taken a lead in our efforts. However, the language that we received in the current proposal, we only received last Friday, and we know that the budget calendar is such that things are always going to be fairly last minute and rushed. But we really do feel that early learning proposal, this child care proposal, needs to be carefully studied, deliberated. We need input from stakeholders, and that discussion hasn't had the opportunity to be done yet. So given the time limitations to review the proposal, and despite the fact there's a one-year transition time proposed, we just can't move into this too quickly. So we're going to be rejecting the first proposal without prejudice and looking forward to working with the administration and others to move forward and really address child care and early learning with a system that's intuitive, recognizes quality, and prioritizes children and family need. So on some of these items, while we'll be rejecting some items today, it doesn't mean we reject the concept at all. In fact, we feel very strongly that we need to do more work in these areas, but we just are not sure that what we have before us today, without further dialogue with stakeholders, is ready for adoption. So with that, on issue number one, which deals with child care and early education, we have several items, and I will go through the items now, and as we go through each item, if any committee member wishes to separate out an item for vote, you can. There won't be a discussion on, again, the first part of the agenda is vote only. That means these have all been either discussed before or are fairly non-controversial. So item one deals with the early education block grant, and there's a recommendation that we reject this, and I've just given you the reasons why, and we're looking forward to long and detailed and productive talks about what the early education funding should be. The second proposal is County Office of Education funding for the early education block grant. Third proposal, implementation of the early education block grant and state preschool cost of living. Fourth item, child care development block grant quality funding. Fifth item, child care single system plan. Sixth item, local planning council. Seventh item, align provisional language with proposed trailer bill language for local planning councils. Those 7 items, the recommendation by staff is to reject without prejudice. Do we need to separate any of those items? 1 through 7. And again, there will be public comment on these items before we move to a vote. Item 8, the Item 8, the recommendation is to approve, which deals with administrative efficiencies. Item 9, eliminate the child development teacher and supervisor grant program. Rejection of that without prejudice. Item 10, adjust federal child care and development fund carryover. The recommendation is to approve. Item 11, adjust federal child care and development fund base grant. Recommendation is to approve. Item 12, early head start child care partnership federal carryover. Recommendation to approve. 13, adjust CalWORKs child care caseload funding. Recommendation is to approve. 14, authorization for mid-year transfer between CalWORKs 2 and CalWORKs 3. Recommendation is to approve. 15, adjust child care programs for cost of living. Recommendation is to approve. And those are all of the issue number 1 items. Actually, what we'll do first is have public comment on those items, and then we will see if any items need to be separated and move to votes. So now, for members of the public, again, these are either technical, non-controversial items or items that have been thoroughly discussed before. In this case, many of these have been. If you wish to make public comment, though, now at this time on any of these items, please come forward. Seeing none, we will then move to a vote. Does either
1 through 7.
you want to do 1 through 7 first?
Yeah, if you want to separate them.
Okay. And Ben, anything is 1 through 7 as first of the package is good? Okay, we will vote first on items 1 through 7. Would staff please read the recommendations and for just with the numbers and the recommendation and call the roll?
The staff recommendation for items 1 through 7 is to reject without prejudice. Senator Block?
Aye.
Senator Allen? Aye. Senator Morlock?
No.
Okay, please show items 1 through 7 passing 2 to 1 and close the roll. Now we move.
Without comments.
Right. Now we move to items, as courtesy to my colleague, if you wish to make, these are vote only, but if you wish to make a brief comment, go ahead.
Very brief.
Sure.
I like the governor's effort to contain costs. That's why I'm voting no.
Okay.
Thank you. That was
Thank
very
you.
brief.
It was. Now we have items 8 through 8 through 15, still on issue number 1. Do either of my colleagues wish to remove any of the items 8 through 15?
Move it.
Nobody has anything they want to remove? Okay, then let's go through each one. Some are approved, some are reject. So staff will go through each item with the number and give staff's recommendation and call the roll.
Item 8, administrative efficiency, staff recommendation approve as proposed. Block?
Aye.
Allen? Aye. Morlock?
Aye.
Show that 3-0. Close the roll.
Item number 8, eliminate the child development teacher and supervisor grant program, staff recommendation.
We just did it.
It's number 9. Eliminate the child development teacher and supervisor grant program, reject without prejudice. Block?
Aye.
Allen? Morlock?
Aye.
Please show that passing 3-0. Close the roll.
Item number 10, adjust federal child care and development fund carryover. Recommendation is to approve as requested. Block?
Aye.
Allen? Morlock?
Aye. You can do them all if you want.
Item 11, adjust federal child care and development fund base grant. Recommendation is to approve as requested. Block?
Aye.
Allen? Morlock.
Aye.
Okay, and then items 12 through 15 are all approved as requested, so we can take them as a package if there's no objection. Please call the roll.
Item 12 through 15, recommendation is to approve as requested. Block.
Aye.
Allen. Morlock.
Aye.
Please show that those passing 3-0, and close the roll on those items. And that concludes our work on issue number 1. Move now to issue number 2. Okay, issue number 2, items 16 through
46.
26.
46.
46. Any items on issue number 2 that you wish to separate for further discussion? 16 through 46.
For discussion,
Well, not for discussion, I'm sorry, separate for vote.
number 18 and 27.
18 and 27 have been separated. And 29, we'll separate if you want to make comment, we'll separate it too.
Number 29,
Okay.
30, 31,
30, 31,
33, 34,
33, 34,
38.
38.
That's it.
Okay, would staff please read and members make sure she's got them, the items that you want separated out?
Items to be separated out are item number 18, item number 27, item number 29, item 30, item 31, item 33, item 34, item 38, and that's all.
Okay, at this time then, we're going to be moving shortly to a vote then on the items that have not been separated on issue number 2. But before we move to a vote again, these being vote-only items, if anybody does wish to make a comment regarding any of these, please come forward now. This is your opportunity. Just issue number 2 under vote only. Seeing none, we'll move to a vote on all items 16 to 46. The vote will be to accept the recommendations. Some recommendations will be to adopt the budget recommendations, some might be to reject. Whatever the recommendation is, it's on your sheet. So this is to adopt all staff recommendations, items 16 to 46, except for item 18, 27, 29, 30, 31, 33, 34, and 38. Ask staff to please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
Aye.
Senator Allen,
Okay, please show those items passing 3-0, and close the roll on those items. Now we will move to item number 18, and I will ask staff to read the recommendation on 18.
Item number 18, amend and approve discretionary mandate funds. Include $662 million from 14-15 funds, $280 million from 15-16 funds, $99.9 million in one-time Prop 98 reappropriation funding, and $12.4 million reversion account, for a total of $1.2 billion in K-12 discretionary mandates payments, including $194 million in settle-up payments. These adjustments include technical adjustments to change the source of one-time funding and conform to our final Prop 98 package.
And please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
No.
Senator Allen.
Show item 18 passing 2-1 and close the roll. Now move to item 27. And will staff please read item 27?
Approve $150,000 in one-time Proposition 98 funding for the California Associated Student Councils to support the recruitment of and scholarships for low-income students into the organization.
And please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
No.
Senator Allen.
Please show that item 27 passing 2-1 and close the roll. Moving now to item 29. Will staff please read the recommendation?
Staff recommendation is to reject this item.
Okay. And we have a couple comments, or one comment. Senator Allen.
Well, my brief comment is that I do plan on voting for this item, but I do so with the understanding that there is a significant remaining federal carryover through the 16-17 year. And just want to highlight the fact that the staff notes suggest that a new state program should be considered in the 17-18 year after federal funds have been exhausted. There's also a lot going on in the context of the school bond. So I will support this for the purposes of this vote today, but I do so mentioning all these extenuating circumstances.
Well, I want to fully fund charter startups, so I'll be opposed to the rejection recommendation.
Okay, and as Senator Allen says, there's a large carryover. There was a large carryover from 15-16 into this year, and a large carryover prior to that. So this, the rejection, as I understand it, Senator Allen, you're saying, it's not a rejection of the idea of charter school funding, it's a rejection of this particular plan.
Well, this particular plan, given the context of the federal carryover, and I should just say, it's not charter school funding in general, it's startup funding. And I've, certainly been privy to some rather horrific stories about how difficult it is to get schools started up, and so I'm sympathetic to the cause. I understand there's other funding. There's another item that's a little deeper into the agenda that deals with this as well, in item 40 as it relates to the federal carryover fund. So it's something that we're all watching closely.
Okay, thank you,
Well,
Senator
then I
Allen.
need to make another argument. I think Senator Allen's really close to a yes vote. I'd like to spend a few more minutes arguing the
With that, we will move to a vote. Ask staff to please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
no.
Senator Allen.
Aye.
Please show that passing 2-1 and close the roll. Moving now to item number 30. Staff, please read the recommendation.
Amend to approve 10 million in one-time Proposition 98 funds. Amend trailer bill language to specify that funds shall be used for direct grants to LEAs to support local programs and practices consistent with the MTSS framework. The recommendation includes technical adjustments to the source of one-time funds.
And please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
No.
Senator Allen.
Please show that passing 2-1. Close the roll. Moving to item 31.
Recommendation is to approve 9.9 million in Proposition 98 funds as budgeted. This includes rebenching the Proposition 98 guarantee by a like amount.
Please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
I'm opposed to the rebenching. No.
Senator Allen.
Please show that passing 2-1 and close the roll. Moving on now to item 33.
Staff recommendation is to approve as budgeted.
Please call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
I think the money should go to Balboa Park. I vote no.
and Senator Allen.
Aye.
But we'll note that Senator Morlock would like to raise additional funding for Balboa Park. We appreciate that in San Diego.
It's a closer drive for me, Mr. Chair.
Okay, now we're moving to item 34.
Recommendation is to approve placeholder trailer bill language that would apply a COLA to the ACES program. In addition, the language shall specify that any reductions due to negative COLAs will not reduce the ACES program below the 550 million constitutional limit.
Okay, let's hold just 1 second. Okay, call the roll.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
I'm opposed to the COLA, Mr. Chair. I'm a no.
Senator Allen.
Please show that passing 2-1 and close the roll. Lastly, on this issue, item 38.
Recommendation is to approve trailer bill language to be refined as necessary.
Mr. Chair, I pulled this. I'd like to see CTE funding grow, but I'm a yes vote.
Okay. Let's call the roll in.
Senator Block,
Aye.
Senator Morlock,
Aye.
Senator Allen.
Please show this passing 3-0 and close the roll. And with that, we move on to issue number 3, K-12 state operations. Okay, issue 3 has our items 47 through 49. Does anyone wish to pull any items 47 through 49? Hearing none, we will ask in each case, the recommendation is to approve as proposed. Please call well, actually, we have to have a chance for public comment. Any public comment on state operations, items 47 to 49? Seeing none, we'll move to roll call. Please call the roll.
Senator Block?
Aye.
Senator Morlock?
Aye.
Senator Allen?
Please show those items 47 to 49, passing 3-0, and close the roll. We now move to issue 4, K-12 trailer bill language. And under issue 4, we have items 50 to 57. Okay, on items 50 to 57, do either of my colleagues wish to separate any items?
Number 51.
51. Any other items separated?
No.
Seeing none, let's then vote as a package. You all see the recommendations by staff. You all see the recommendation by staff, which is to approve trailer bill language, except for 57, which is to approve placeholder trailer bill language to be refined as necessary. Again, item 51 being separated. At this point, do any members of the public wish to address any of these items under issue 4, K-12 trailer bill language? Seeing none, staff please call the roll.
Senator Block?
Aye.
Senator Morlock?
Aye.
Senator Allen?
Aye.
3-0 and close the roll. Now we move to item 51, which was separated by Senator Morlock. Again, the recommendation is just to approve the trailer bill language to be refined as necessary. Please call the roll.
Senator Block?
Aye.
Senator Morlock?
No.
Senator Allen?
Aye.
Please show item 51 passing 2-1 and close the roll. That concludes our vote-only items from the Department of Education. Now we have one issue under Commission on Teacher Credentialing. There's one issue and I believe just one item. Do any members of the public wish to speak on the one item under Commission on Teacher Credentialing for vote only? Seeing none, I'll ask staff to read the recommendation and call the roll.
Staff recommendation is approve as proposed. Senator Block?
Aye.
Senator Morlock?
Aye.
Senator Allen?
Aye.
Please show that passing 3-0 and close the roll. And that concludes the vote-only items on Agenda Part A. We now move to the discussion and vote items on Agenda Part A. And for Issue 1, Child Care and Early Education, I'd like to call up several people. You probably know who you are, but we're going to ask the LAO, Department of Finance, and LAO and Department of Finance come forward. Oh, not CD? Okay. Just LAO and Department of Finance. LAO on item 1, issue 1, child care and early education. Would you speak to the proposal?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Virginia Early Legislative Analyst Office. So issue 1 is a staff proposal to to increase spending on childcare by about 99 million. 64 million of this is in general fund. 35 million of this is in Proposition 98 general fund to increase rates and slots. Specifically, the staff recommendation would increase the regional market rate for childcare vouchers to the 75th percentile of the 2014 survey beginning in January of 2017. This would cost 33 million general fund. It would increase the standard reimbursement rate by 4% beginning in July 2016 with 18 million general fund and 35 million Proposition 98 fund. The Proposition 98 here is because of the state preschool slots that are funded by the SRR. And the staff recommendation would also provide 2,000 alternative payment slots beginning October 1st, 2016 for a 13 million general fund. Thank you.
Thank you. Finance?
We support the governor's budget as proposed. One thing we would note about this proposal is that because the rate and the slots begin in 2016-17, partway through the year, though the total cost in 16-17 would be 99 million, the out-year cost would be much higher.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from my colleagues on item 1, issue 1? Again, here we appreciate the work that's been done by the administration. We appreciate also the work that's been done by the Women's Caucus to make childcare and early learning a priority. And we have a long way to go still, but with that, the recommendation here is to approve as proposed. If there's no further discussion, I will ask the staff member to please read the recommendation and call the roll after public comment. So, anyone wish to make comment on this item? Please come forward to the microphone. See how many we have, whether we need to abandon the table. It looks like there are just 3 or 4 people. Okay, the rules for public comment here are that you have as much time as you need, up to 1 minute. That if you have more content than can be covered in a minute, we invite you to submit written information, either if you have it today to the sergeant to distribute to the committee or to send to the committee, and we'll be looking at it over the next several days if you have written information. The public comment really are just headlines to let us know the main thrust of what it is you want to tell us. So with that, you have a minute. You may be, please state your name and organization you represent, if any.
Alliance of Los Angeles. We appreciate the Senate's taking action today, however, continue to support the Women's Caucus larger ask. We really feel that it's a critical time to put significant investments, particularly in reimbursement rates. I would particularly note that going to the 75th percentile is really an access issue for families. At the 85th percentile, families can choose out of every 100 providers, 85. When you go down to 75, you're taking the top 25% of the market and putting it out of families' reach who are low income. And it's a permanent policy change. We know that there's been some desire for clarity on how we do our rates, but we really would like to work with your staff on other possible solutions.
Okay, thank you very much. Next speaker.
Good afternoon. Jennifer Greppy with Parent Voices California, representing 15 chapters of parents across the state. And while we are very excited to see that there's been some movement to increase rates, both the SRR and RMR, we don't feel this proposal goes far enough. And we really, 2,000 slots for AP is very, very low. Right now, we have over 200,000 children fully eligible and waiting for care. 2,000 slots is like a drop in the bucket. We would like the Women's Caucus ask of at least 25,000 slots for infants and toddlers. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Danita Stromgren, representing the Northern Directors Group. I mirror the comments of my 2 previous colleagues. We're thrilled that the Senate has put some additional money into reimbursement rates. That really is one of the most significant issues that we're addressing with this new cycle. But we really would, again, want to see those rates continue at the 85th percentile, again, because of access issues. And so we support the Legislative Women's Caucus, and we'll continue to work with both you and them as we come forward with the rest of this budget proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. And so all the speakers know, both the LAO and the Department of Finance and our committee consultant are all writing furiously while you're talking. So your input means a lot. This is not the end of the process at all. There will be much discussion following this.
Yes, hi. My name is Elvia, and I'm here to represent Parent Voices. And this is Johnny, and I'm here to support the early child development and early child care. I am still on the waiting list for child care for my child and would love to go back to work, but can't because I don't have adequate and quality child care. So I'm here to support for the funding for the early child development and early child care funding. Thank you.
I think they get 2 minutes, Mr. Chair.
I think what he said was Senate rules. Next speaker, please.
So this is Rochelle with her mom, and you just want to say, when her mom was going to school, you want to say
She helped me
you were in childcare?
when I was in childcare.
Just wanted to
Very good. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Next speaker, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gladys Soto from San Francisco Parent Voices, and I represent exactly the waiting list moms. I have 2 kids, 18 and 10 years old. When I was getting my master's degree, when my daughter was months old, I got waitlisted, and I received a phone call 5 years later when I was already working and making too much money. And then I have my second son 7 years later, waitlisted, went back to work, and they called me 5 years later, and they say, we have something for you. When I need it, it wasn't there. So I just think about it, the time that I have to pay so much little money for people who are not qualified, and is scared just to think about what could have happened to my daughter. What happened to my daughter? Anyway, I'm here because, as I say, I never received child care subsidy, but I have been in Parent Voices for 11 years, and I truly believe of the importance of funding the having money for the waiting list. And thank you for what you're doing at the 2,000 slots, but we need at least 25,000. We need to reduce that. I'm here to support that. Thank you very much. I know that I'm talking
Thank
to
you.
us, Marty. Bye.
That's good. Next speaker, please.